Welcome back to AM Northwest. An all-new episode of the popular Hallmark series When Calls the Heart features a very special guest, and we're sensing a potential love interest, too.
Inspector.
I hope you don't mind. I let myself in.
Oh, of course. I've asked Judge Avery to be with us. Bill, this is Inspector McGill. She's the forensic specialist.
Yes, we've met.
It's good to see you, Bill.
How are you, Georgie? We trained in forensics together.
Many years ago.
Right.
And we welcome the stars of When Calls the Heart, Erin Krakow, Kevin McGarry, and Jack Wagner. Good morning to the three of you. I feel like...
Good morning, Helen.
Good morning. I feel like my theme is going to be family because, Erin, let's talk about Melissa Gilbert being a special guest on the show. Michael Landon Jr. is your showrunner who Melissa worked with on Little House on the Prairie. So how fun is that? And the family connection.
It is so fun and such a thrill to have Melissa Gilbert join us this past season. She is just a wonderful human being and so supremely talented, and came in without ego despite her celebrity
and massive success.
Yeah, I mean, it was very special, I think, that she went from one prairie to another, and we're just...
That's a nice way to say that. That's the first time I've heard that, actually.
Okay, nice.
One prairie to the next.
So let me ask you this, Jack. Have you, in the small world that it is in Hollywood and all of that, have you ever worked with Melissa before?
We were on Dancing with the Stars season 14. Yeah, it was a little different being on that and then her coming up to Hope Valley, which is the name of our pioneer town. So when, Melissa, our first scene we had, we entered the jail cell. Kevin's the Mountie, I'm Judge Bill Avery. We come in, Melissa's there because we're starting an investigation around this rare coin. She turns to talk to Mountie Nathan and she sees me, and it's sort of a drop the platter moment. And that's where the audience sees that there's a big history between Bill and Georgie, the two characters.
And that was the moment they discovered that they were on Dancing with the Stars together behind the camera, because I think they were talking about it.
Nice.
And Melissa was like, wait, what season were you on? Was I on this?
Really?
Anyways.
We joke a lot.
They're not exchanging spray tan stories.
I love it. Okay, speaking of family, Jack, I know you love going to the golf course, you love golfing, but I noticed that you and the guys, like you and Kevin, like to hang out after. I've seen looks like a cigar day with some whiskey, looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think that speaks to Helen, our whole cast.
Right.
Because, it really is a feeling of, the show is about community, heartfelt moments. It's about comedy. It's about romance. But we also are great friends. I mean, I wouldn't say this if it wasn't true. We laugh a lot together. We love to rehearse lines. And, we hang out sometimes on the weekends. And I never invite Kevin over, but he shows up. I don't know why.
Because you told me where you live.
Up.
That's the problem. I'm going to get in that house one day. Well, I've said this before. I'll say it again. Everything I've learned is from Frisco Jones.
Okay, Erin, I love your little doggy. Does your little dog get to come on the set with you at times, ever?
From time to time, yes. He spends some time in my trailer, and often I'll bring him onto set to make an appearance.
Okay, I've got to ask you this now, Kevin. Last time I interviewed you, I teased you about your thirst trap picture that you put on Instagram. It's where you're like hanging on to a beam and you're showing your guns, and it's very, very impressive. And then,
thank you.
Very impressive. And then you've got all the Hardys, who are also family. The Hardys love you. Oh my goodness. Do you ever read the comments that they post on your thirst pics?
On my thirst pics.
Yeah.
I
traps,
only read the
your
comments.
thirst traps.
Only read the comments on my thirst trap pics. That's the only ones I'll read. No, of course I read them, and I'm just so grateful for all the fans. Not only for the fans of Nathan, but the fans of the show.
Yes.
I mean, we wouldn't be here without them. They are such an inaugural, an important part of, not inaugural, what's the word?
We're with you.
What's the word I'm looking for? Integral.
No, inaugural.
They were at one point inaugural, but integral part of the show. And yeah, we wouldn't be here without them. And I will say, to the ones that do love the thirst trap photos, make sure you check out. Tune in to our next episode on Saturday night, special time at 10 p.m. It will be particularly thirst trappy for the people that like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's a spicy episode.
It's a spicy episode at a spicy time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's wild. Okay, Erin, I have a question for you. The sneezing that you do on the show, they're very cute, petite little sneezes that you have during this episode. Very cute.
Okay.
I have never sneezed that cutely before in my life. And I'm curious, when you really sneeze, is there a little more to it than the little sneeze that you have on the show? Or that's more the character that sneezes so politely?
Good question.
That is a great question. I don't think I've ever been asked that question. I'm gonna own it. I sneeze pretty cute in real life. You typically get 3 to 5 sneezes in a row from me, and they're succinct.
They're rapid fire like a machine gun. They shut down production. We have to stop for at least 2 hours while sound has to recalibrate.
We shut down production for 2 things. One is, can we get Erin some help? And 2, can Kevin put his shirt on? Why is he always walking around with his shirt off?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we want to tell everyone an all-new episode of One Calls the Heart premieres this Saturday at 10 p.m. on the Hallmark Channel. Thank you all so much. It's really fun chatting with you.
Thanks, Ellen.
Thanks, Ellen.
Thank you. Bye-bye. We'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.